Hey, so I'm going to start my video, as always, with a minute of quiet. Starting now. Oh, yes. All right. So today I want to talk about confidence, because no matter where you are, what you're doing, what you're pursuing, confidence, I believe, is part of any journey. So I really liked a definition I literally just read before I started this. And I'm going to read it to you. Self-confidence is part of your mental health and well-being. It's based on your perceptions and the way that you think about yourself or your abilities. So what I'm getting from that is self-confidence is in your head. It's your perception, how you think you're performing, and so, or how you think you're giving off, or what you're giving off, and what you're performing. And this hit me because a lot of the things I've dealt with or dealing with in my life is I never thought my skills were up to par. And even when I heard other people go, but you're good at this and you're good at that, and you're very skilled, these kinds of things, my initial gut reaction, my first reaction was, sure. So that was my perception of myself, and I was even getting external positive reinforcement, even if it wasn't completely honest. It doesn't, like, that's not what's important. How they, if they meant what they said, or if they were being sarcastic or had an ulterior motive in some way, that it doesn't matter. It's how I reacted to when someone said it, or even when I told myself. And I can tell you very often I did not tell myself I was good at very much. So the first thing, as an exercise that I feel anyone who is struggling with confidence or wants to improve in confidence, I think a very basic thing to start off with is, in the moments you're feeling low, having doubts, having you can tell that your perception of yourself is not very high. Well, just take a moment, pause. If you can in that moment. If you can't, wait until you can have a moment to yourself and write down or list in your head. How did I exactly say this? A quick list of your strengths and the things you're most proud of. And I would like to add in there things you felt like you've done positively. It doesn't even have to be that day. If it is that day, great. Something in the past that you feel that was a positive that you did. So I'm going to write down, I know American Sign Language. That's a skill. I enjoy the music I play. That's what I'm proud of. I'm proud of that when I do play, I actually enjoy the things I'm playing. I am better and I believe at this point good at conveying how I'm feeling, and able to get someone else to understand how I'm feeling, or how I want a song to feel. I enjoy talking and getting to know people. I feel like that's a skill. I do feel like most of the time I'm a good listener. I'm a helpful person, I believe. And actually, something I want to give myself props for today was someone at my job expressed interest in a field, and I connected them with someone in the school who was working in that field currently. And I knew that that they were going to, one, get along, and two, was going to be helpful for that person in whatever way. So I was really happy I did that. I'm also proud that I am continuing the series. Oh, another thing actually is I've been writing and journaling so much and drawing random things. So many things that you can read. Oh, it's not for your eyes. Okay, but since I've started this journey that I've been recording, today and yesterday I felt that I brought my book with me wherever I was going without really thinking about it or forcing myself to do it, and writing in it without forcing myself to do it or feeling any type of anxiety with that. I just got in and started writing. And I'm writing a song at this moment. I started writing, well, the idea was last night, and I started writing the lyrics mainly today. And it's coming out pretty good. I enjoy it. Okay. The next thing, so that was the exercise. The next thing is at some point in time, if you're struggling with confidence in any way, is probably something you should bring more attention to, is expressing your feelings and needs on either a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And if it's at first, if you feel like this is something you don't do very often or at all, expressing your needs and feelings to yourself. Talk to yourself first before you talk to someone else, right? So I feel confident enough to do this out loud. So how I'm feeling right now, I'm feeling good. I was a little stressed today. One of the students that I had was having a bit of trouble, and I wasn't sure exactly how to help, so that was a little stressful. But it all worked out, and I feel like actually our relationship is stronger. It's really nice, actually. They're like giving me side hugs and coming over and asking me to join them and doing something. So it was a lot of fun. So what else? What else am I feeling? I'm feeling super happy that I'm continuing the series. And I said that in my confidence exercise, but it's related. It's something I'm doing today, and I'm continuing doing. So I'm going to say it again. I'm happy that I'm continuing my series. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm so good at this stuff. Just now, I just gave myself props. Since October to now, I have been able to eat healthier, be healthier, be more active, and eat consistently good and healthy foods for me. Sometimes I'll snack on a little cookie here and there, or pretzel, or things, but those are not the consistent things I'm putting in my body, as well as like donuts and sugary drinks. I don't drink any sugar, and not because I'm forcing myself not to. I just very much love water now, and I'm drinking about a gallon a day, give or take. Never more, but sometimes I fall a little short of a gallon, but I just naturally stop drinking when I feel like I'm not thirsty. So yeah, that's the consistency is something I just gave myself props for. So props with an exclam. Yeah. So I would say do this every day at first with yourself, and slowly but surely try to integrate it into your daily life to be vocal about your wants and needs. So this is something I actually struggle with a lot. I sometimes have the hero complex most of the time because I feel like I'm not worth anything unless I'm doing everything. And then I have low confidence. Yeah, but my voice doesn't. I don't express vocally all of my wants and needs all the time, and I used to be a people pleaser. Sometimes even now a little bit here and there. And if something is frustrating me, I don't say it out loud immediately. I usually keep it inside, or I let it mess with me for a little while, and then I go vent about it later. So I'm gonna write down speak up within the first 5 minutes of when you want something or dislike something that's happening. Okay. I'll work on the wording, but that doesn't matter right now for me because I understand the spirit of what I'm saying. So yeah, those are two things that I feel like are a good start off point, or if, even at whatever stage you're in, going back to do these two things or doing it more frequently will boost your confidence. Another thing is, and I'll do this on my next video, is meditating. So giving yourself a space and meditate. Before I go into that more, there are many different ways to meditate. You can meditate and try to get out all your thoughts and try to empty your mind. You can meditate while actually thinking, but letting the thoughts fully go through and not judging them, and seeing where the story goes, and wherever your mind goes, go with it without a judgment or attached to it. You can do standing, positional yoga where you're moving and breathing like that. A guided meditation. Another way of doing it is kind of a mix between emptying your mind and letting your mind have thoughts. Is something that actually this man named Kyle Cease does. He sits, and if something does come up, like an old story, something that's bothering you, anything, you say, I love it. You love all the things that are you, and instead of holding on to it and keeping it inside, you give it the space to love it and then let it go. So it's a cross between emptying your mind and purposefully thinking through your meditation. You're not purposely thinking, it's more of whatever comes up, let it come up and stay there, but supported with love, and then it's able to go because you're no longer putting energy on the story of it, or holding on to it. It's like, oh my God, I hate this thing in my body. But what is it and why is it here? And so like if you're pointing to it and you're saying all these things and you're giving it attention, even though you're looking at it, you're still holding on to it. And it's like when it comes up, you can say, thanks for coming up. I love you. You're beautiful just the way you are. Giving yourself the space of saying, let it come up. Because if it's coming up, the next thing it's going to do is go out. So instead of letting it come up and go, but like, why? That's keeping it back inside and pushing it down. So those are a few different types of meditations, and pick one that you like, try them all. My next video will be just me doing one of them. And give yourself an achievable goal in the meditation. I'm going to do a 3-hour meditation, 1 hour meditation, half-hour meditation. As soon as you say it, if you're feeling like, whoa, I don't know if I can do that, probably not a good place to start. Start with a meditation that is 1 minute, 5 minutes, something you know that you can do. Build trust with yourself. And this, once you build trust with yourself in doing the activity, while meditating, if you're sitting with yourself, in whatever form you're doing it, you're saying, I'm giving myself the time, I'm worth the time of doing nothing or having a lot of time for this specific thing that will benefit me in some way. So you're saying, here's a positive thing, it'll have a benefit for me, and I'm worth that. If you're doing those 3 things, what will happen is if you do it on a consistent basis, no matter maybe how many minutes a day you're doing it, or wherever you are, you'll start to see more confidence in yourself. So to summarize, focus on your strengths in moments of difficulty. Make a quick list, or a mental list, or a writing list about the things you're most proud of, your strengths, and positive things that you've done either that day or in the recent past. And reward yourself and praise yourself for making those positive steps in the right direction. It's also important to remind yourself of the progress and to celebrate it, right? You're on this journey. Do the journey not for the goal. Do the journey because you know it's what will work for you. You're giving yourself time. You're giving yourself attention. You're giving yourself love. You're giving yourself a space that you haven't given yourself. So remind yourself of that. Support yourself. And just one little extra thing is, if there's something, and I wrote this down, this is why I'm reading it over here. If there's a difficult situation that's holding you back, or like life situation, try to slow it down, like frame by frame, as if you're watching a slow motion movie. And try to think logically through the situation and figure out what you have to do to succeed. So most of the time for me, in my past, when I did something I was either embarrassed about, or I didn't like, or I messed up, I would be like, gotta put that in the past and just move on and move on and move on. And part of your growth is being able to, one, own up to what you've done, understand what you've done, and learn from what you've done. If you're moving forward and not looking back, you're not taking ownership. You're also not learning from it. Or if you are, great. But if you just move forward, most likely you're not taking the time of learning a few lessons that you can get from taking the time and looking at it. And again, all of these things are you giving yourself a space to grow, to be supported, to be loved, to have more confidence, and to enjoy your journey, whatever journey you're doing, the journey of life, for example. So keep on keeping on, and try this exercise. It's great, and I hope you enjoyed. Hey, Angela, I'm wrapping up, so I'm going to do a minute of quiet, and then I'm done. Starting now. Thank you, Seth. So yeah, as always, if you have a creative exercise or prompt that you'd like me to try, please send it my way. If you have any thoughts, feedback, if you want to join me on a video, send me a message and we can do that. And have a good day. Watch it later and tell me what you think, Angela.